Go Blue Mason asks, do you think they changed the mini-map for MW because everyone used to just run silencers anyway? So in the end, there is not much of a difference except the sound of all the weapons? Tanner.
So it's kind of a weird question, because in the old Call of Duties, I actually never ran suppressors, like, ever. And I don't think a lot of people did either. Like BO4, I don't think a lot of people ran suppressors at all, not from what I remember. I very rarely did. I mean, think about like our KN setups, our Cordite setups. We never ran a suppressor on any of those, and those were the main guns we used. Switchblade, I never used a suppressor. I don't remember many people doing it. So I think they did it because they were going for like a more realistic game for some reason, even though it's Call of Duty. That's not what people want. If you want like a more realistic game, great. Go be on the development team of Arma. Don't be a dev on the Infinity Ward Call of Duty team. But I don't think that ever went through their mind. I think they were just trying to create something different because they thought the players would like something different than what we were used to. But that's not how the Call of Duty players' minds work. We just want the same thing over and over. We just want a fun game to play. And I don't know. I guess that's it.
Yeah. So, Mason, interesting question. Do I think they changed the minimap for MW because everyone just used to run silencers anyways? No. So, yeah, number one, like Tanner said, that's not true. In Pick 10 systems, it's actually very difficult to justify a silencer. So BO4, for example, was a Pick 10 created class system. And for most weapon attachments, you really need to say that it's probably 2 created class points, not just 1. Because most of the time, you're going to need to do a wild card, like primary gunfighter 1 or 2, and then the attachment in question, which in this case would be a silencer. So it's either 10 or 20% of your entire created class for a silencer, which nerfs your range in a game that already has a very slow time to kill. So, number one, I object to the framing of the question. Most people didn't used to run silencers anyway. In most games, I would say. If we go a year back more, World War II, silencers were only available on SMGs, and again, that took up an attachment slot, and there were very few of them. Even though it wasn't a Pick 10 system, you could only have 3 or 4 attachments, depending on your class, or whatever it was called in that game. And again, it nerfed the fuck out of your range. So no, that's not the reason. The reason they changed the minimap for Modern Warfare? To help dogshit kids. Because there's an element of skill and map awareness and positioning that is involved in doing well when the minimap functions normally. You can predict spawns more easily. You'll know where enemies are more easily. You can flank better, etc. So what's a good way to disadvantage better players without harming shit tier players whom you're trying to protect? Remove the standard minimap. Because the shit players weren't using the minimap to their advantage anyway, so it getting gutted doesn't affect them at all because they weren't using it regardless. But the good players who were using it get fucked. And now they can just get shot from a random cubby or closet or bathroom. There are thousands strewn about the maps in this shit game. So it just works really well to just compress the skill gap such that better players do worse without a standard minimap, and shit players are totally unaffected. That is why they did it. That is the reason behind a lot of the design choices in this shit game, and the minimap is one of them.